On yet another night where goal-oriented was more concept than completion for the Rangers. The goal drought is over. The losing streak is not. Now at 3 after a 2-1 overtime loss to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show. John Giannone, Steve Valiquette inside our Delta MSG studios. And this one hurts because the Rangers were able to score in the third period to tie the game. But, Steve, yet again, not enough offense. 9 goals against in 6 games this year. They've lost 4 out of 6.
Well, you know, John, I thought the storyline for this game coming into it was going to be the matchup of Toronto's underperforming Stars and the New York Rangers' underperforming Stars. And, you know, for the Rangers, Lafreniere, Zibanejad, Panarin, JT Miller, they each had 2 shots on goal. Now, it went to extra time, and the Toronto Stars came through when the Ranger Stars were on the ice or slow to get back, and it's a 2-on-1 that breaks the back of the Rangers. But if you're looking for an identity for the team right now, 6 games into the season, it's clear that goaltending is this team's strength. The defense has had more structure overall and didn't make a Toronto team look good by any means. I thought they forced a lot of Toronto turnovers. Toronto gave the puck away and mismanaged the puck, I thought, for most of the night. But by and large, the structure of the Rangers forwards coming back, the D being able to stay up, forced that issue. So I do love the structure they're playing with. Offensively, they're creating plenty at even strength in the power play. But the story for the season, 6 games in, is their lack of finishing ability. And now it's starting to be beyond a narrative, and it's starting to look like action and cause are pretty similar here, John. Like, it looks to me like they can't score the way that a top NHL team needs to score yet. And they've got to figure that piece out.
And if we're going to be completely accurate, 9 goals against in the first 6 games. 3 of those were empty netters. So in actuality, they've allowed 6 goals in 6 games, and they're 2-3-1. Tonight, it ended in overtime, less than a minute in. Auston Matthews and William Nylander in a 2-on-1, and it was the byproduct of, as you just said, the inability to finish. The puck slid right off Mika Zibanejad's stick with a grade A opportunity.
Right, and we've been talking about this as a theme for the last few days, and it's really about the Rangers on first touch. The pass you receive, how you receive it, and how you get it to the net. And that just speaks for itself. Now, it goes the other way. You cannot, on a 2-on-1, jump a skilled player in the circle. Whether you slide or you're trying to approach this on your feet, this is the wrong play. It's a wide open door. John, we were watching this together a moment ago, and as soon as Fox went down, what did I say? Goal. You can't do it against these skilled guys. They're going to eat you apart. As soon as you get into that circle in that form, you're going to get passed through. So I'd like to see Fox stay on his feet on that one. Give your best player, Igor Shesterkin, a chance. He had no chance on that overtime winner.
So the Rangers break their drought of 170 minutes and 39 seconds without a goal, 8 periods plus parts of 2 others. But in the end, that would be their only goal of the night. Let's begin the reaction from Toronto with the captain, JT Miller, talking about how droughts sometimes have bad luck as much as bad execution.
A lot of bounces right now. So you go to the net, you get rewarded with a tip. Had a lot of tips the last, since the season started, and they just aren't going in. So it's a big goal. Played another really good opponent today, a lot of high-power offense, and it's kind of more the same. It's easy to get frustrated and get off the rails, but still 82 of these things, and we've only played 6, so that's why I don't want to keep blowing everything out of proportion.
Yeah. As the top 6, though, you guys, it is kind of you guys are the ones who are expected to produce offensively, and I know it's bounces at this point, but do you find yourself putting more pressure on yourselves or anything like that?
Like I said, that's the easy thing to do, and if you're mentally weak, you're going to go off the rails because this isn't working on paper. But to me, it's about getting the look. It's not about if it goes in. Over time, you get the looks, they're going to go in. It's just easy to go the other way right now, and that's why we're going to be mentally tough in here, and we're going to keep pounding pucks at the net and outplaying the teams we're playing against, and it's going to work eventually.
What did you think about the job you guys did defensively against the top guys, the Matthews, Nylanders, those guys?
We're happy, I think, with what we played. Obviously, coaches watch it again tonight, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. But as of now, I thought we limited a lot of the high danger ones, especially, and it took a nice bounce for them on the power play was the difference, really, and just tight games. We're playing. I think being in tight games is a good sign. Also, like we're playing high-power teams right now, and limiting a lot of high danger areas. So, like, certainly not satisfied with not scoring, but we really don't want to go off the rails to find something when, in all reality, we're doing all the right things to try to get them into the net. They're just not going.
The Carrick line with Edstrom and Rempe has been really productive,
Yeah.
swinging momentum. Just where are you at with what they're bringing the team?
Yeah, they're just providing like another level for our team right now. They're outplaying their line. They're playing against most shifts, and for us, that's how you wear teams down. Is when you have their line. Maybe it's not going well for us in the top 6 for a couple shifts, and then all of a sudden they go out and turn the tide. They've been doing that for us, and they just play north-south. And when they play that identity, they're a handful for teams.
What does it say that Sullivan's kind of trusting him more and more late in games and big situations and stuff?
Well, I mean, it's a lot. It's good for confidence. It's nice to be rewarded, no matter who it is. He's been very straightforward with that since he got here. If you do the right things, you'll be rewarded. And they've been a big part of, even though we're not winning, like a big part of I feel like our success the last 3.5 games. So success in the sense of how we'd like to play as a team.
Lastly, I know it's not a win, but kind of getting off the regulation loss streak and at least getting a point tonight. How big is that?
I just, like I said, this is like a trap to fall into. Like, we're doing a lot of the right things. Like, it's unfortunate, but we're going to be better off if we keep doing this down the road. This is good for us right now as a team. We're going to learn from this. We're going to take pride in this. We're not going to change. We're going to test ourselves. It's going to be good.
Rightful reason to be confident for JT Miller despite what's gone on. And, a couple things that jumped out. They only allowed 4 shots in the third period to the Maple Leafs. They did a good job in the defensive zone for the vast majority of the night, Igor Shesterkin and company. But offensively, he said it's about getting looks. If you're going to get looks over time, they're going to go in. Do you believe that they believe, even 6 games in, that is a fact?
Well, I agree with his approach, right? Because you're looking at 6 games and you're saying to yourself, it's just 6 games. That's the glass half full. But I could also say it's 18 periods, half empty. That's a bigger sample size. And it has looked this way for 18 periods consistently, where the team, when they get scoring opportunities, don't look like scorers. And there's a different look there, John. A scorer is on his toes and he's hitting his spots, not missing the puck on the rush in overtime when the game's on the line and it's critical. So Stolarz, I thought, was great, but by the same token, like, put it away, guys. And that's, honestly, you've got to put these golden opportunities away. Look at the chances we're talking about here. Toronto was not that good tonight defensively. The Rangers were dynamic in creating, but not elevating, and not being able to get secondary chances off the back post, where a lot of goals are born right off the weak side post. They get close and jam into the pads. And once again, the fourth line was at the center of a lot of scoring chances, and players that typically aren't your top front-end scorers are getting most of the chances. Will Cooley had 5 chances tonight. In the last game, it was Carrick. Tonight, it was Cooley. But not seeing enough from JT Miller, he's the leader. Not seeing enough from Panarin, mostly perimeter, and not really anything dangerous. Artemi Panarin needs to be an inside shooter, then a passer, because he's threatening all the time. He is so distracting because of the way that he moves and how he shakes checks, gets to open ice, and I'm talking about distracting for the defenders as well as the goaltender. And unless he gets inside, unless Zibanejad gets inside, they lose their playmaking ability. And so far, that's what I've seen. Not enough. And in Lafreniere's finishing ability, it's hurting the team. He needs to work on his one-timer, John. His one-timer has to be better. It's less than NHL average for me.
And again, worth noting, 11 points so far from the bottom 6, 10 points so far from the top 6, 11 goals on the season, all on the road through 6 games for the Rangers.